and we've made some serious mistakes. So I've prepared a little statement I want to read, and Dan, you're going to show some images when I give you the cue, okay? I understand the distaste that many people have from my generation towards the inverted pyramid. I've even joked about it sucking the cosmic energy out of our community. Anything that replaced the Mediterranean Revival $1 Million Pier was going to face strong opposition. To look at the two styles, Med-Rev and mid-century modern, it is easy to understand the difficulty in appreciating the change in style. What we've noticed with the 73 Pier is that over the 40 years since it was built, a whole new generation has grown up identifying with it and recognizing the sense of place it gives them. This is what preservation is best at doing. Preservation saves the charm and character that enriches our lives and gives us a sense of identity, a sense of place. It also has an economic impact, especially for a tourist town like our own, because it attracts heritage tourists, a group that spends more money per day and stays more days than your average tourist. I believe it is the sense of place that is at the heart of the criticism the majority of our citizens against new designs that do away with the inverted pyramid. That's why I said early on that I didn't get why any design team would suggest something that didn't reuse the pyramid. It is a great icon, and it is our icon. And William Harvard's designs are a big part of our love for the modern pier. He is our architect. He has helped give us a modern identity to our city. Since 1953, when he built the bandshell in Williams Park that won the the AIA National Award for Design, we began to see a new style of architecture in the Tampa Bay area. Mid-century modern became the style for homes and iconic structures. Let's see some of those structures. First, we're going to have the homes. This is the Harvard home. Bill Harvard lived in. His daughter lives in now. Next. This is the Bond home. They used managed a lot of hotels in downtown. It's Bill Harvard design. Next. These are all Harvard designs. This is down on 700 Beach Drive, near North Shore. Next. This is Whispering Waters down at 10th Avenue North, right across from North Shore. Next. This is our public library, 1963, William Harvard. Next. This is the bandshell for that won the award. Next. This is Pasadena Community Church, built in the early 60s. You take that down about to the quarter size, and it is the hospitality house at Busch Gardens. Next. This is the front of the Pasadena Community Church, just a close-up. Next. We're done with those. Thanks. Then, of course, we have the inverted pyramid, too. Sure, much of this modern style was hard to take for traditionalists, but those who have grown up with it have come to love it. Now we have a new design incorporating the inverted pyramid with a revamped exterior and a slick, narrower approach. As I have said earlier, on recycling the inverted pyramid would be where I was going to give my support, because it would offer some connectivity to our waterfront and our past. This connectivity also touches the other designs in our city that were created by Harvard Jolly. Now, because of the richness of the St. Pete Design Group, we have in Destination St. Pete Pier an opportunity to extend that connectivity to other members of our community through the partnership with Wanamaker Jensen and John Weymouth and Phil Graham. And this is connectivity of talent, also offers the connectivity to the new Dolly Museum, a Weymouth design. If we choose another design other than the Destination St. Pete Pier, we will be making the same mistake that we made in 1966 when we tore down the $1 Million Pier. That change was forced on us with the lie that the 26th Pier building had concrete cancer and had to come down. However, because the building was so solid, the demolition cost twice as much as was estimated. Now the problem with the 26th approach is that it really does have concrete cancer. If it wasn't for the foolish leadership in the 60s, a leadership that was impatient to change our image of being a town for old folks, we could have saved the Med-Rev building and reaped the benefits of a more attractive historic downtown. Since we don't have that Med-Rev connectivity, we must find a new one. The Destination St. Pete Pier offers the best hope. I think it is important that the public survey, as small as the sampling was, so strongly supported the Destination St. Pete Pier. I understand that this choice wasn't made with the same review that we, the selection committee, and some others have made, but that's okay. Not only was there an expression of support for a design that the public was attracted attracted to, but it was chosen also because the citizens of St. Pete feel that it gives them a sense of place, and it is their icon for their home. This is a hard concept for some people to accept because for many the benefits of preservation are abstract or they think fabricated. This attitude is understood by what Mayor Herman Golder said in the mid-60s when he was asked by the St. Pete Times what changes he envisioned for the city by the year 2000. He said that we would see the northeast neighborhood completely rebuilt because the houses there were so old. He was saying that in the mid-60s. This is the out-of-touch attitude that led to the demolition of the $1 million pier. Another example was expressed by the St. Pete Times when speaking about the boarded-up Vinoy. They said the Vinoy should be torn down. This is the attitude that gets expressed by people who don't see the real value in the beautiful buildings that give their city real character. This is the attitude expressed by people who don't understand the economics of heritage tourism. Finally, the failure of the inverted pyramid was not due to its design. Its failure was due in part to the changes cities were experiencing around the country with people moving into the suburbs and the changes our city was forcing us to undergo with the hope of changing our image. Eliminating the $1 million pier and the removal of the green benches were only part of this effort. These were the societal changes due in part to the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and a concerted effort by our city government to change our image. These were changes made based on emotional insecurities. I hope that we can reflect on the jewel we have and choose to give it a new life by choosing the designs that we already have a connection to and that the public has overwhelmingly supported. Thank you. No applause.
Inappropriate. Totally inappropriate.
Why did we compete?
Please refrain. I understand how that speech could evoke different emotions.
I've said from the beginning that I thought it was important to have a historic perspective.
You've been quite consistent in your position.
Thank you.
And
Just wanted to bring it